T2 makes a B transition to T3. Because I was in this level, here also I should check that level. After making a transition, here also after making a transition, I came to S3. In this, I made a transition and came to T2. So I should check from T2. So S3 makes a B transition to S5. T2 makes a B transition to T3. Can I tell S3 and T2 are have a bisimulation relation? No. I should check for the outgoing transition from T2 again. So T2 makes a B transition to T4. I can use this again as S3 makes a B transition to S5. Now I tell that S1 is related to T1, S2 is related to T2, S3 is related to T2, S5. Now S1, S2, S3, S1, S2, S4 and S5. So S4 has no transitions, T3 also has no transitions, S5 has no transitions, T4 also has no transitions. So S3 to S5 becomes, so here both have no transition. I can use anything. Yes. Let me draw it again if you want. So S4 after S2 to S4, T2 to T3, no transition. Okay. S3 to S5, this one, no transitions. So I'll take S4 is related to T3 and S5 is related to T4. So all the states are related. There is a bisimulation relation. These are some bisimulation relations. So these are equivalent based on bisimulation relation. Let me see what behavior A1 and A2 exhibit. Let me take a different color. A1 exhibits a behavior which is like action A followed by action B, action A followed by action B, or action A followed by action B, action A followed by action B. Now what does A2 exhibit? Action A followed by B or B, B or B. This is the behavior exhibited by A2 and this is the behavior exhibited by A1. As we can see, these both we can tell that these are equivalent because see, after I do a I can do a B. After I do a I can do a B. After I do a I do a B or a B. So there is no problem. Both are equivalent. That is, in both cases I can do a AB. I'll take another example where the bisimulation equivalence fails. I have just changed one action in the previous label transition diagrams. That is, instead of B I have used a C action here. Now let us see whether these exhibit the same behavior. So let us start. I'll do it fast this time a bit. Okay, so S1 exhibits a S1 has a transition to S2, T1 has a transition to T2, no problem. S1 has a transition to S3, T1 has a transition to T2. So S1 is related to T1. Now let me consider the second part of this. S2 has a B transition to S4, S2 has a B transition to S4. I'll use some other color. T2 has a B transition to T3. Now, can I tell S2 is related to T2? No. I should check for this outgoing transition. So let me check. T2 makes a C transition to T4, but there is no C transition by S2 made to some other state. There is no C transition. So S2 is not related to T2, but it should have been related. So these two label transition systems are not equivalent. That is, they do not exhibit the same behavior. But they look the same. Let us see what behavior they exhibit. Let's see what behavior they exhibit. Now, let me consider this label transition system as A1 and this as A2. Now, first I'll see what A1 is. A1 says that it has a B or a AC. So A1 has like AB or AC. Okay, what does A2 exhibit? What behavior does A2 have? It has something like A or A followed by B or C. This is what A2 gives. A2's behavior is. So aren't they equal? Aren't they same? We saw that in the previous it was same, but here there is some problem. Let me tell you where the problem is. Assume that I make a transition here. I make a action. Okay. Here I want to make a C action. Is it possible here? Actually, I don't have a C action here. It is not possible to make a action. It is not possible to make a C action once I make a action here. But let me check in this one. Here I make a action. Now I feel that I want to make a C action. Yes, it is possible. So I can't tell that these two exhibit the same behavior. This is the main problem. But you may think that in the previous example also that was the same case. But let us see what the previous example said. Now let me consider the same thing. I want to make a action, and then there is no C here in both the cases. I can choose B. So out of B I choose B. I can do a B action. I want to make a action followed by a B action is the only one I can choose. So these two label transition systems exhibit the same behavior, that is AB. But here in this example we should make a right choice. What is this? Yeah. We should make a right choice in advance itself. So if we make a choice here, then there may be a chance that we have made a wrong choice in the transition, because I can't make a C action here. So this is how we can check whether the two label transition systems exhibit the same behavior using bisimulation relation.